Okay, we're trying this once again. Hopefully, it's no technical difficulties within this particular loading of this particular live stream. Hopefully, the notifications can go out again like they already did once, but since it was an error at the beginning, it might be an error that we're going on again. Hopefully, people get all the rightful notifications on this particular live stream, and we can have a dialogue about the said situation that transpired.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This Famo.
Yeah, Famo was in the house with me. No old school, just Reek and Famo, and we covering the sudden death of Nipsey Hussle. Now, I want to point out some things that maybe not too many people will touch on or are touching on when it comes to this situation. Uh, of course, everybody knows he was about to bring out the documentary about dr.sebi
Yeah.
and basically how the powers that be eliminated him. But isn't it funny, or not so much funny, that you know he gets eliminated before this documentary can actually come out? I also heard he was gonna go against the what is that? The USDA. I guess talking about how basically how beef contributes to a lot of cancers. With people with consuming meat and beef and things like that. So how these bigger news media outlets probably will spin it like, oh, it was how they always say typical gang violence or something like this. This person had a vendetta about whatever because of particular gang violence. But I don't look at it like that. I look at it, you know, who knows the meat industry? That's probably I won't even say multi-million. It's probably multi-billion-dollar industry, along with Dr. Sebi's documentary coming out, where it can convince a lot of people to start really paying attention to what they're bringing into their temple of self. You know? Like I said, I see the notifications aren't going out like they should. So it's only one person. And matter of fact, if you're the one person, lone person in here, speak up. You know, voice your opinion to let me know that you're there. Because like I said, sometimes it done said zero, and I done seen hella comments come in here and everything. So
Yeah, man. I was fortunate to meet him one time on Nipsey.
right.
We didn't sit back and have a long conversation, but it was like in passing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just when he first
Hit the scene.
yeah, hit the scene. He was probably known for dropping his, but as far as he came up here for a show.
Right.
Like his first, it had to be either it might have been his first or second show up here. I'm not sure, but it was my time first seeing him. And he was just kind of walking, and I'm like Nipsey.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, what's up?" He hollered at me and one of my other, one of the other family members. You know, I mean, it wasn't like I said, it wasn't a long conversation, but he did show love. He's like, "Oh, what's up?"
Mm-hmm.
Shook up and all that stuff. And he was on his way, getting on the bus. I respect that because he just got to do a show and
right.
He want to go on the bus and relax.
Mm-hmm.
We chopped it up with my other family member chopped it up with some of the people he was with. Because it was all like, like, oh, this and that and the third. So, the people he was with, his, guys, it was cool too.
Right. So, and that was because you said it was a concert going on here at that particular time.
Yeah, he had just came from doing a concert, and I wasn't there, but like I said, it's a, well-known pizza, place here, and we was coming out of there, and he happened to come around, and
Mm-hmm.
because Fam is tall, he's tall like it was.
Right.
So I was looking, I just happened to be like, "There's Pete." He's working with somebody. He said, "Oh, what's up?"
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, from that, just a quick interaction with him, man. He was cool. That was a cool, it's a cool brother.
Right.
It's unfortunate,
Yeah, that the situation had to be like that. And how they were reporting, earlier that, he was right before that happened, he was, taking a picture with,
Mm-hmm.
some fans and
And
things of that
family.
nature. You know.
And he opened up a store. That's where he's going to his store that he had opened up. And I heard from other stuff that they used to take people that was worthy to go take them on tour with him, and what I'm saying, he looked out for his guys.
So, what was I gonna say? Like I said, I'm willing to take calls. Hopefully, I'm seeing the numbers are
Oh,
starting to, pop back up. So hopefully, they're resending out the notifications so we can have some dialogue, chiming back in what you guys out there think. If any of you happen to be out in the Cali area where this done transpire, you could weigh in and say what you need to say on this particular issue too.
yeah, going back when I said he take a lot of dudes, he give a lot of his guys jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was looking out for him, to be young as he was. You know what I'm saying? He had that instilled in him. You know what I'm saying? He got to look out. Give up his job.
YouTube is definitely hating. Well, it would look like that. Hopefully, some more people can chime in. But yeah, what I want to say is that what I spoke on earlier with him bringing out that documentary, and hopefully that documentary can still come out. Hopefully, it's done reach some level of completion. But another thing, they spoke on it a brief moment. I caught it when they spoke on it, like, well, Nipsey's supposed to be buying that whole complex, not
Yes.
just the store, the whole
Yeah,
complex.
he's about to, he put the story.
And the owner was almost at a loss to lose that. The guy that he was buying it from,
Right.
like he wouldn't be able to get it.
Okay.
But he was actually, they said, in a business partnership with this owner where he was going to buy it from, that he was unable to keep it himself, and him basically take it over.
Oh, okay.
With that being said, we spoke on this on another particular topic. If say me and you are in a business, and we have vested interest in this particular business, well, just like it's insurance for a building, you can have insurance on your business partner. In case if you perish of some type, or you die or whatever, the business will still be protected because you're insured to basically help hold up the end for you being gone or lost or
Right.
whatever. So just think about it like that. Okay, he's gone. That business partner, now he'll be able to keep the whole building. His hype of him being Nipsey Hustle, that helps him in a way of business. Like, oh well, now we're gonna, well, we might put a plaque somewhere, or whatever they may do.
Right.
But he's gaining financially because his business partner done passed away
Mm.
from these particular circumstances.
Right.
So people got to look at it like that. It's like I said, them TMZs and all them other little outlets, CNNs and all that. They're gonna paint it. Oh, gang violence is so bad. We need to get rid of guns. No, we need to really go to the real source of why these particular things happen. Matter of fact, you need to seek out gematria. And when I say gematria, it's the study of numbers, how numbers basically are coded within the language. You know, when you see these news stories, they always throw up 33 in some kind of way. And every time the 33 is thrown up, it's always in some negative fashion. This person, he slaughtered whoever, he was 33. Or, mother of three in a car accident, 33. Well, you figure Nipsey Hussle was 33. We're in March. March is 3. The day that this happened is the 31st. When you line that all up, you see those two threes, and then the person that's of notoriety, who the story is about, was age 33. So I mean, come on, you gotta look at it from that perspective. I mean, a lot of people are gonna see. We live in a duality world, and when I say duality, they have topical issues that really don't go nowhere or that really don't mean nothing, but that's enough to massage the minds of people that are not really thinking as deeply. And then it's the things that the undercurrent things that the public really don't know about, or they try to be like, oh, that's conspiracy theory and all this. No, peep the trail. Like I sent I was going back and forth with, someone I know after this happened. He did was it the GQ issue where it was him and Laura London in front of, they were like on the street somewhere out in LA, and she was sitting on a white horse. They're all in white, a pale white horse. Now, I mean, I mean, if you've seen this movie, you'll kind of understand it. But remember in Tombstone at the beginning when the Cowboys came in and they knocked off all the little the little Mexican crew at the beginning at the wedding or whatever.
Right.
And then after Johnny Ringo shot the preacher dude in the head, and the top cowboy dude said, hey, what was he saying about someone's gonna come and avenge our death and all that? And he said, yeah, it's Revelations. And he said, a man that rides on a pale horse, he'll bring death, and hell follows with him. Now, come on, why would you do this photo shoot on GQ with this white horse? That always means death. Matter of fact, who's the brother, the Gambino dude, the This Is America, in the video when it's crazy and it shows, I want to say it's a hooded dude riding a horse, a white horse through the video.
Yeah, the childish,
childish Gambino, riding a white horse through the video.
Right,
talking about death and things. Come on, man, they playing it right out in you're seeing it every day. Matter of fact, when you always see, checkerboards and all that, that's a Masonic floor. This whole world is a Masonic floor that we're living on. Matter of fact, when you look at Michael Jackson's Blood on the Dance Floor, it's a checkerboard floor he's on, and he's in an all red suit. We are like the pawns, and the powers that be can manipulate, whatever situation to see fit for their benefit, But they pose things to the public, like I said, on a duality way, like, oh, it probably was, gang violence. And you see, he tweeted about,
about I love the haters, or I don't know how it said something about the haters or something. He said they said that he tweeted something about the haters are always going to be there or something. I don't know the exact whatever.
Right. The strength of you. Matter of fact, let me But that's essentially. It's like, look at this. This is the last thing he said. Who knows what kind of message he got that will make him, say something like that, so they can basically look at it like that. Think about it like this. With the Prince situation, when they announced this, when I heard it announced on, was it TMZ or whatever, like, yeah, it's 3 people that got shot, one of them are dead, but they didn't say it was him, right. But it turned out to be him. I remember when they first announced the stuff with Prince. Oh, it's a dead body at Paisley Park. The dead body was Prince, but they didn't say that.
Right.
They knew the whole time the dead body was Prince. They know this beforehand. It's like, man, you just got to pay attention to, watch these numbers, how all these news outlets report, they'll say these numbers, and it's like it's something that'll stick in your subconscious mind, but you don't pay attention to it. If you're paying attention to it and you know the numbers that they usually say, they always use 33 within their stories every time. And matter of fact, all these news outlets work for the same. Think about it: fire, paramedics, law enforcement. They're all tied in together along with these news outlets. Because who do they automatically go to get? Oh, okay, we need you to run the story like this. Okay, and sources say from the authorities that we spoke with, they're on their side of it. It's never really on the the general public person side. When you always see them report and ask someone on the street, they always take a clip where someone's sounding crazy. You know, they were you could possibly couldn't believe them. And hear how they're sounding because you took a sound bite and then cut it a certain way and you posed the question or whatever you were trying to get out of the story a certain way to make them sound crazy versus, you know, where you get orders from the particular be it a fire or paramedic or, you know, law enforcement. It's you got to say it a certain way before, you know, we run this particular story, you know. So you gotta peep the play on this. Yeah, he was cured because of basically outing how the powers that be took out dr.sebi. You know, he wanted to put out that documentary, and before I remember when they were showing that on, yeah, dr.sebi, they were putting out in social media when he first was talking about doing that. You know, and a lot of people were saying, "Hey, he needs protection because with him exposing this is gonna leave him to be a target." But don't be surprised how they draft this story. Oh, we caught the assailant, and he wanted to he had a long held beef or something like that. And I don't buy into the when you hear beef and all that kind of stuff, that's by those certain bagel people that want to, you know, steer those beefs. Because, you know, it's a particular person here on YouTube that does that. He interviews everybody and always asks them, you know, police type questions every time. Yeah.
Y'all should know who that is.
Yo, you should know who he is. He's a bagel boy. And he always asks Fed type questions. That right there should tell you. You know, it's no brother that at least I've done seen that interview. I don't do it. I don't ask nobody no kind of questions that are obvious. But why do you want a person that you know what they've been through? Most of the whole public knows what they've been through. Why do you want to ask these kind of questions? Because you want them to seem like put a negative spin on them to try to take down what they're saying and make it seem like it's, hey, you said it right there. You said it right there, Jay. You want to put a negative spin on brothers, on sisters. But when it comes to anybody else of any other type of subscribe race, you don't do that too. So that lets you know who the people is. You know, to me, they're just like a freelance so-called freelance journalist. And even though they don't work for no assumed agency.
Right, and you know what? That other dude we're talking about, the other channel, I've never ever seen him. Has he interviewed any other race of people?
Oh well, when it tries to back up, you know, what he's trying to perpetuate.
Okay.
You know, when it maybe be law enforcement and it's for a certain kind of way. Yeah, so he interviews them for that particular for that particular reason. To me, look at it like this. I don't know if you guys seen this. It was matter of fact, it came in a DVD. It was a old Cameron and it had Jewels. The interview, the one where they had the engineer in there, the young engineer in there, and the young engineer, you know, he was a bagel brother, and this bagel brother basically was saying he didn't work for one of Cameron's producers. And he's like, wait a minute, you don't work for him? Why are you in here then? What reason are you in here for? And he said, well, I'm known through the area and
he was known through the area of what's that? Was it New York?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah, he was known through there, and he was like basically, the bagel dude said, I don't work for the dude that it's like Cameron's producer brought dude on.
Right.
So he's supposed to give homage. Basically, the bagel dude wasn't giving homage. No, I don't work for him. I work for somebody, you know.
I work for the record label. I don't work for him. I work for the record label. So what does that tell you? Right. It's like this little, basically how I assumed how he was saying it. This is basically peon black guy that you're saying I work for. I don't work for him. I work for the record label. So I'm kind of basically over him. I'm over you guys. I'm basically here to monitor what you're talking about. So essentially what Cameron said within this particular, you know, when they were, you know, videoing this, like, should we let him stay in here and listen to what we talking about, or should he go? And basically everybody that was brothers in the studio said, you need to go. And basically he was looking like I don't need to go. He's like, get out of here, man. I roughed you up in a Joel studio the other night. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that dude did. Yeah, because it was like he was cocky and it's like.
Keep going.
Yeah, but dude was just a cocky dude. It's like he wasn't even trying to be blessed to even be in there with him. Like Reed just said, Kevin was like, should he be around? We do what we do, and this and that. Because like I said, man, we don't have nobody around us that just, hey, let me just be here. Like, okay, if we here to conduct business, do that. But we going to do, you got to go.
Right. Because basically we talking about certain intelligence that, right. Certain ears can't be privy to. Because, you're going to run back to certain people. Right. And, like, how did this person find out? Because you had loose lips over here. Right. And he was spilling everything that you were saying because you thought he may have been cool.
Yeah,
no.
He may have been cool. That's the thing. He may have been.
So essentially that's what it is. It's like I said, you just got to start. In this day and age, you got to start paying attention. Even your own phone could be the snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I spoke on that in the last live stream I did by myself on order. How if you have the microphones on certain applications, you got to turn them off because it's giving up all the intelligence. It's like, okay, he done said this, he knows about this and that, like I said, but I feel as being an interview, how I interview people, I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. Like I said, if we know in the streets, we know if somebody's doing something, but why do we need to speak on it? We're here to speak on, whatever you got going on, that's for the positive. Why are you trying to conduct an interview where countless people can hear this? And basically, yeah, you used to do this and you used to do this, and this is all things crime. Because think about it, they're rewriting laws. People are getting convicted for things that, wait a minute, this wasn't even legal about maybe 20, 30 years ago. But now they done enacted it. So now you can get caught up on some shit. Okay, Jay said it's just so sad seeing another true Israelite gone. They know he knew what he was. It's just sad, man. Honestly, they want to take us out. He needed people to ride with him. They scared and greedy. Most definitely. What's up, Shy? Most definitely. What you said is the truth. You got to see how people move. Matter of fact, I had a situation earlier today that, I felt I shouldn't have got caught up in, but, I had to do what I had to do for my people. So, it's always situations within life that pop up where, you got to kind of really evaluate how you moving, I mean, I think about it like this, they were saying he was going to rebuild the whole site and have housing, where that particular site was, where Nipsey had his store at and everything like that. I know you probably got it in areas wherever you guys live, but where we live in our city of Minneapolis, was it Devin George? He got an establishment not too far located right in the hood where it used to be nothing there.
Nothing. He's got affordable apartments. There's a little store in there.
A little store and everything. But how I look at it like this, they use these big names to be basically the poster child for these projects that they do. They probably get so much kickbacks for doing this, while these big developers, we got a big name behind us. Just like how people are. This person got a liquor company, or liquor. Have liquor, whatever. When really they're just the gratified.
You said they're like the pitchman.
Right? Yeah, they're basically the pitchman. Basically the pitchman. Because think about it like this. I don't know how old some of y'all are, but remember when Billy D. Williams used to do, and go get your Colt 45. Right. He didn't own Colt 45, but he was the pitchman, and people knew Billy D. from various movies he appeared in. That helped that particular company gain revenue in the black community. Like, oh, okay, yeah, he's gonna,
Yeah, not to cut you.
Right.
Yeah. And about that, as it's like an interview or something. Billy D said that Code 45 came to him and said, "Would you want to be our pitchman?" He says that in the interview. If I can ever find it, y'all can find it.
Right.
He says that back then, like, yes, they came to me, but like I'm just saying, like you're saying, like Code 45 wasn't his liquor. Like he said in there, he's like, I was the pitchman. Like they came and asked me to you. Like I'm going back to what you say. He's like all these so-called people would be like, I got my own liquor. Like you said, they're like what Billy D was back then. He was the pitchman.
Right. So, Thunder B said, unifying a nation of people. Yeah, they don't, it's like they'll give you a tidbit of the unification. Like, oh, okay, he's doing so well. Oh, he was cut down. Now you got to listen to all these other unnecessary distractions. We knocked this person down. Now y'all go back to, being lost like we've been having you lost and confused, dazed and confused. Most definitely, like Tony Red said, rest in power, King. Matter of fact, this mindset, we got to adopt this mindset, not the mindset that or concept that they try to, let's get caught up in the drama. Why did this person get killed? And it was because of his music or something. No, don't get caught up in that. Let's go further than that. That's like saying, I got a cold, so maybe I need to take all these drugs to suppress the cold. No, let's go down to the root. What was I eating? How did I tax my system to bring it down so low where these bugs could get on me so bad where they can affect my system and crash it down like this? Get to the root cause of it. You got to do that with everything. When you see the mass media trying to point you in a certain direction, no, look this way. No, I want to look the other way. I don't want to look the way you're talking because that's too easy. Okay, Jay said life sentence to pills, lies, and deceit. Most definitely, they want you stuck on that. They don't want you to eat healthy. Matter of fact, if the brother was on here, if you on here, Sir Breed, that dude, I would rather you watch that dude talk about how to, stay healthy, exercise, get out, walk, walk and ride your bike, whatever, taking certain things in your body, detox when you need to detox. Do that instead of, okay, yeah, we got a sale on fast food. And matter of fact, it's commercials that pop up on a daily. Every they go to commercial every 10 to 8 minutes, and they got damn near 2 minutes worth of commercials before it goes to another one. If you're watching TV and you figure on your smartphone, they got it. And if you're in your social media, they try to throw that in there, like, oh, okay, buy this. We done heard you liking this. Buy this. They want you addicted to staying a consumer instead of leveling up and building that can empower you and yours, instead of basically just looking at you like a nothing. Yes, man said, yo, Hughes loss for Cali. Nip was the truth. Most definitely. Let me see. That's why bad food is cheap and good food is high. Most definitely, they want you. Because you go into these fast foods and be like, oh yeah, $1. The dollar menu, most of that's loaded with salt. Most of it's GMO anyway. Is doing you a disservice. So you can eat more healthier. You just gotta really sit down. Okay, I need to put this much in, and you don't have to eat a lot. It ain't about eating. I got to eat all this food to be full. It's what you eat at what certain times you do eat. It's like they call it breakfast because you fasted. It ain't like you eat a big fat, big giant dinner. You should be eating less. So when you sleep, you have less to, your body to break down when you're sleeping. Because when you're sleeping, that's how you get fat. If you eat a big old meal. Because you're not moving around or doing anything like that. Your biggest meal is at breakfast, and then it curtails later down in the day. But they don't want us to see through this. They want us on the, okay, basically the sheep, they got to think this kind of way. Any other kind of way, we'll throw conspiracy tag on it, and that'll get people like, oh, they're crazy. It's conspiracy. No, they've been fattening their pockets for running this same drag for decades. I won't even say years, for decades, damn near centuries. It's time we start, really seeing through this. They ain't been changing the script. You got to peep the script. When you see these numbers coded, it's for a certain reason. We taking this person out through the numbers. Let me see. And I'm appreciate. Hey, if you like this particular live stream, thumbs up. Most definitely thumbs up. Like I said, I'm taking calls. If you want to call in, throw your number up. Add to the conversation. Because I know, I'm trying to say what I'm saying, but I'm also trying to make sure I'm looking at, each one of y'all's, messages and within the chat room. Yeah, reduce refined sugar. Matter of fact, get with cane sugar if you're gonna have any sugar. Cane sugar if you're gonna get with any kind of sugar. What's the number? Matter of fact, this is how we do it. On my particular live stream, I don't got a particular number to put up. You throw your number up, and I'll hit your line. You throw your number up, and I'll hit your line. And then, I'll make sure to, delete it out the chat so, it ain't no problem when it replays or anything like that. But if you want me to hit your line, throw your number up and I'll hit your line and you can add to this particular conversation what we may not be covering, I want to get everybody's opinion on this because this is bigger than, oh, he was just a little, because I already know how the media is going to spin this and all the media pundits, oh, he was just a little rapper and all this kind of stuff. And let's do some tributes and then we'll forget about it the next thing and then the next thing will happen. No, this need to be spoke on because there's been a lot. This is what? Might as well say it was April Fool's tomorrow or whatever, today, wherever you at in the world. We not that far into 2019. A lot of things been transpiring. Okay, let me see. Killing us with iron, lithium, we breathe in chemtrails. Matter of fact, they always talking about get your immunizations. Them chemtrail planes are already doing it. So when them doctors like, oh, you get the flu shot and all this, nah. Why do I need to get any of that? Them chemtrail planes are flying on a daily, medicate me without my consent. So why do I need any more poison within my body? No. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, then let me see. What's the call number? I'm just going through some of y'all's comments. I want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. Yes, throw your number, and if your number ain't came up, a lot of times I get discriminated on my channel. You might have to, put some, like if it's a 1, like in the number, you spell out 1 so it can come up because they'll block a lot of the numbers that, you try to throw up if you're trying to put your number up for me to hit your line to, speak on what you feel needs to be covered that I may not be adding to it, and you don't feel like, oh, let me try to type all this in and hopefully they can, speak on what I'm saying or something like that. But yeah, it's a huge loss, but I look at it like this: with his body of work and all the various interviews he done been on, because he was on the Breakfast Club too. I think he was speaking on this particular.
Yeah, he was on the Breakfast Club.
Speaking about the documentary that he was gonna have coming out and how people need to basically start like you hear this. This is how I look at it. You hear what I'm saying, and I may say certain things. It's not that I feel you should believe what I'm saying. If anything, I want you to seek out for your own self. Seek out the information. Don't just sit and be like, oh, well, Rick done said this or Famo done said this, and I'm just running with that. Let me go research this for myself, just to make sure I'm hearing something that's copacetic. If it's not, you can bring it back. Okay, so you're telling me that he got killed in front of his store in Broadway there. Let's see. There was no witnesses or surveillance cameras. Stay woke. This wasn't gang related. Also, shots hit Oh, other individuals. Yeah, of course it wasn't. But since, he was affiliated,
Right.
they're gonna run with that story. A lot of the people that I told you that appear on, YouTube platform that, kind of throw people under the bus when it comes to certain things they done did in their life, they're gonna spin it, oh, well, maybe he was into it with this person. I don't buy that. I'm a brother. We don't buy that.
No.
We don't subscribe to that. But see, this particular person knows, brothers and sisters watch certain people, so they're gonna go to it to hear them, but he's gonna put that spin on there. Just know when that person's putting a spin on there, they're putting a spin on there from the powers that be. They're reading a script like, okay, you gotta get them to think like this, because like I said, I could have way more people coming in my life, way more subscribers than I already have, but I refuse to read a script or try to put that kind of spin and spin people negative that's doing the positive. They want you to have that negative so you can't take away what they're doing on a positive. That's how they knock you down. They call it in a record label, like, what was it with, I won't say his name, but it was a well-known rapper. When he first started out, the record company's like, well, embellish a little bit, make yourself to be bigger than what you are. Mm-hmm. So when you embellish is basically lie. So you're building your career up off of lying, and then once you get out of line, those lies mysteriously come out. So then it's like, oh, this dude's been nothing but a liar. We gotta not follow him and stop funding him and things like that, because he's no longer under the realm of what they're doing. Okay, Nipsey had information that will lead to Hillary Clinton's arrest. That could be true. That could be true. Matter of fact, what happened to the funds that was collected from, what is it, the Red Cross down there when it was the earthquake? What happened to all? It was millions, damn near high hundreds of millions that were donated. No homes were built. So I mean, what happened to the money? Come on, follow the money. Okay, you didn't build the houses, so where did the money go to? Where did it go to? Think about this. You gotta think. When they present these news stories, okay, you said this, but let's follow this. It's showing that no houses was built after the earthquake, but it sure showed a lot of people's organs were stolen. What about that? A lot of people, Haitian people's organs were stolen. What happened to those organs? What happened to the people that harvest those organs from those bodies and things like that? Nobody wants to speak on this. Bill had to pay them all off. They all down on Hillary, but her husband was getting all out of here on that note. Man, people just killing rappers, bro. No, I think of it like, I'm trying to think what movie I could think of it as, Rashad said, just like Katrina. Think of it as, well, I'll say it like this. I think of it like, think about, and this makes the perfect sense if you ever thought of it like this. Okay, everybody done seen Goodfellas.
Yes, sir.
I married the Goodfellas movie to what happened to Prince. And when I say that is, okay, remember when Tommy got heated with, what's the dude?
Billy Batts.
Billy Batts in a bar, and he said, yeah, go get your fucking shine box. He said, you motherfucker. And essentially, after, his guys left out of the whoop, they whooped his ass to death. Mm-hmm. So think about it. They show, right when that scene comes on, it shows 1970. After, they talk to Tom, oh, I'm about to get made. That shows 1980. They waited 10 years to knock him off. It's like they knew the whole time he did that. But they waited 10 years. They got to let him to get comfortable and, basically off his square. Mm-hmm. So essentially, that's what happened with Prince. Think about it. Prince got all his masters. That was back in, I know he first went to court in, was it 2006 or something? Okay. The premise to get his masters. 2016, he had all his masters. But what happened to him? Who has all that now? Warner Brothers has all that. They have all his stuff now. So essentially, it's like, yeah, we'll make you think that you got everything, But in reality, we got it all. You sell the rock, you get the Glock. Let me see. Nipsey should have dipped. Bush did 9/11. Okay, I don't mean to laugh about that. But like I said, matter of fact, throw up your number. Call in. You or I'll call you. Throw up your number. I wanna have someone else chime in with us. I mean, I know I'm basically trying to, cover this particular situation, but maybe you can add an aspect that you can't type fast enough. Where was Nipsey on 9/11? Okay, his whole back took the whole Mac. Ooh, that's from what I seen. It showed like he had a head wound of some kind from the video that they kind of partially showed him on the ground. It looked like he sustained a head wound of some kind. But yeah, you figure they got mercenaries. Think about it like this, say they got someone out here that they already got for some crimes that they're gonna go to prison for, a certain amount of time. So they figure, hey, we need you to do something. We already know you're gonna go for this time, but you know, we can make it where, your family or something, they get paid while you go do this for us and it be lessening on you. They got people like that. I just look at it as anything, a lot of people figure, okay, I'm getting, all this amount of money, but at what cost? I'm doing this at what cost? I mean, the greater good of, serving being a public servant for your people. Like I don't open a store. It could be, you can shop with someone that looks just like me or looks like just like you, in your community. But the picture is more wider scale than just that. We see all these examples of, okay, you want to be a successful person, but what do you actually got to sacrifice to do this? A lot of people don't look at that. I mean, really look at that. You know, it's like if I have to be so successful, where I gotta basically you gotta follow a script. You gotta follow a script. You can't deviate from the script. You deviate from the script, this is the kind of things that happen. And it makes the people behind the scenes that much more richer because they're going to spin the story like, okay, now this needs to be enacted. When in actualities, these were the puppet masters that started all this. But, they got you so dazed and confused, you're not really peeping the play that they're laying down. And matter of fact, I'm glad that the people that done came in and liked this particular live stream, hey, keep liking it. Throw up your number, I'll give you a call. Throw up your number, I'll give you a call. Yeah, like I said, we're on the checkerboard. We're in the Masonic world. You know, when it comes down to sports, when it comes down to every action, when it comes down to the simple stop sign within your community, run that stop sign and see what happens if it's one of those checkerboard vehicles, in the vicinity of you doing that. See what happens. You'll get your issue. Tipsy Nipsey, okay. Um, okay, yeah, some of y'all, I don't know. I guess you just see it as some comedy at some aspect, but it's a real thing. That brother really lost his life, for a real serious issue, and it wasn't nothing that was, you know, are gonna be in the coming days gang related and all this kind of stuff. They talking about, oh, we need to do something about the guns. Well, certain powers that be, they're not getting rid of none of their guns. It's your First Amendment right to bear arms. So I mean,
and if somebody tries to say something about well, you know, they're gonna flip it, like, you know, because he was affiliated
Yeah.
with some. But like I say, is that man from interviews and things that I have seen with him, he was kind of people was kind of you know liking he was kind of like liking he got along with different, but you know it's always somebody that don't like you, but like you said, it should go a little bit deeper. You know what they're gonna try to say tomorrow, because you know tomorrow TMZ's about to. This is because he was da 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 da.
Right.
TMZ's about to be like, oh, well, wasn't he affiliated? Trust me, watch that R.i.p. He was affiliated with. I'm like, yeah, but like you said, it's deeper. And if somebody really look into that, they were like, no, it's because no, it is deeper than that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see. Loan me some minute. Okay, okay, hold on a second. I gotta knock some of these out because they clowning around. Let me see. Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, but we just doing you guys just doing something real quick. But y'all can keep dropping the questions. It'll be comments, right?
Alright, I'm gonna knock some of these out because they clowning. Some of these are clowning. I'm getting rid of all the ones that's clowning. I mean,
yeah, because ain't nothing clouded about this brother, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
like I said, throw your number up. Throw your number up.
Yeah, y'all can throw y'all number up.
Take a call.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Jay. And he kept his soul instead of selling it. That's all. And you figure you won't see a lot of certain artists that they put up on a pedestal doing things like that. Think about it like that too. I mean, yeah, it's a high price to pay because his family is most definitely I got him out, but his family, you know, won't have him no more. You know, they'll forever have him, you know, in interviews and his music and things like that. But far as his physical being on this in this realm is no longer.
Yeah, his family, his kids. Yeah.
And Shad, you a moderator. Hey, when you see people sending them crazy comments, you know you got the power to knock them out. I mean, I'm trying to speak and do everything at the same time, so you know that helps. What's up, fresh out the West? Yeah, we just covering this, you know, this situation about Nipsey Hussle and things.
Yeah, sure.
You know how people need to read deeper into it. You know, a lot of things surrounding it as well. You know, it's a lot of things that entail with where people just need to pay attention a lot more. He said, yeah, gotta get to the truth on here. Israelites in God, truth, spirit, and our old souls fighting to get the demons out of here. Most definitely. That's what they're afraid of. Like, man, these people of melon are starting to wake up. We can't run enough distractions to keep them asleep. The distractions are no longer working. You know, like I said, when you hear a certain one prompting a brother or sister's, oh, they did all this bad and you did this bad. Oh, I don't really want to talk about your positives. No, I don't want to hear no drama. Most people don't want to hear drama, but they make it so salacious. They make it, oh, did you see this person do this? And no, don't get caught up on that. Let's get caught up on what they don't want you to think about and talk about. That's what I want to know about.
The positive.
Right. Like I said, once you see a lot of these people moving in certain realms, keeping you caught up on the distractions and running comedy drag about serious issues, them is the people that are playing off a script. You know, most of them people are MMs or 33s. You know, the MMs and 33s is the same thing. It's just the MM is an inverted 33. They master, you know, Masons, you know. A lot of people won't tell you that. That MM is an inverted 33.
And if they do, they try to joke, like they'll tell you it, but
Yeah, but they're actually telling you the
Yeah, I
truth.
tell you the truth, because you be like, oh no, they just talking. Like no, that's what he.
No, they actually said it was the truth, but they
Right.
just put that spin on there
Yeah,
to make your mind think, oh no, he's joking. No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
actually serious,
yeah,
or she's actually serious. Matter of fact, the main one I seen with that, it was on another brother's channel on here. What's his name? It'll come to me. But anyways, it was an interview with Rihanna, and she was on what is it? She was on a radio show, and the radio program host, she's like, yeah, a lot of people say you're a witch. She's like, yeah, right, I'm a witch. Like, yeah, right. Like, yeah, how could I be a witch? But in reality, she's saying it. Yes, I'm a witch.
Yeah, she said, she said, I'm a witch.
Yeah, most definitely they're trying to work the minds of the youth and the old and the people of, median age and everything, But you sit back and kick back and you'll be able to peep it. A lot of people, I got a lot of people that are within societies, within my family, a lot of people do. But a lot of them, when they know about certain shit that, they try to be quiet around you.
Right.
Because they know, like, man, I know you can't run that drag on me. I see through all that bullshit. Because what they don't tell you, a lot of these fraternities, a lot of these secret societies, they don't want to tell you that they actually worship Lucifer. It ain't the devil and all that. It's Lucifer. They call him by that. Not Satan, Lucifer. As long as you know that, you can understand how they move. Yeah, it is a sick, twisted world. Most definitely is. Yeah, and you said it right. Dirty deeds to their God. Because when you see certain people go to award ceremonies, say, yeah, I want to praise God. Which God are you talking about? Which one?
Which one?
You're talking about that. I believe in the Most High, not that Saturn one. Not the Saturn one. Not the Saturn the Saturn cube, Saturn, why do you think they call it Saturday? It's Saturn Day. That's who they're praising. Saturn, these black cubes. Man, I need to do a particular live stream covering that, Most definitely. I believe what you're saying, Jaden. Most definitely. It's like they gotta send these messages at so many so many moments within time. You think about it, go back to, it could go back further than that, but I'm gonna say so far with Pac. But we can go back to, is it Sam Cooke? Sam Cooke, he was early on trying to have, his masters. But they try to throw that, oh, well, he was caught up with some woman, a young girl, and the hotel clerk killed him because he was acting crazy. No, he had his masters, and it was going to cut a lot of people out of certain monies. So they had to get rid of him so he couldn't do that. That's why.
Younger, I didn't know, because I was like, everybody was like saying something about masters. When you're younger, you're like, what is they talking about? You research it,
right?
And you look at it, because the masters is your blood, sweat, and tears out there shit.
Right, and then Marvin Gaye, Marvin Gaye was acting all crazy, and his dad ended up killing him and things like that. But think about it later on. Wasn't the record label? Was it with Pharrell, and what's the one singer, the white singer dude? Robin Thicke. They got sued for stealing his music and repurposing and all this, because the record label thought, oh, we can just pillage that, because that was one of our artists. Y'all can use it however you want without trying to pay the family. No, man.
Yeah. They got paid off that, didn't they, the family?
Yeah, the family got paid off for that.
Paid off that too. Yeah.
And the media tried to spin that, well, the family shouldn't be like that. No, let it be your family that's getting robbed of the royalties and things like that.
Right.
Let that be okay with you. You know it wouldn't be okay with you, but you work for this system that wants to keep perpetuating the people to think like this is okay for people to get their royalties and things robbed of their birthright from their family members. That ain't cool. Soon as Wesley Snipes made the Dr. John Henry Clark documentary, they hit him most definitely. And the Wesley Snipes thing was even more worse because think about it like this: how they said it. He, you know, like he went to like a tax preparer. He had a tax preparer. This tax person didn't file his taxes. Wesley Snipes had the money to pay. The governor's like, no, you got to do this time. But it wasn't my fault. It was the tax preparer. Well, you left your taxes in care for him to do. Well, who's to say that tax man wasn't like, hey, the government or whoever, I won't say the government, but whoever said, hey, just don't do it. You ain't gonna find no penalties or behind this. Or let's go even more deeper. I know the O.J. Simpson thing is kind of a touchy thing, but this the last thing that happened with him in Vegas. The informant, the snitch, whatever it was, he went to whoever like, hey, I know OJ is about to go up here and get his stuff back because I told him that these dudes got all his memorabilia. As long as I don't face no time, I'll tell you where it's happening and all this. This dude started this whole thing with those dudes going up there with the guns and all that. He didn't get charged no time for doing that. But to get things kicked off, to get energies moving, to get this person caught up in some shit that this person, basically made up and made happen. This is how this planet works, man. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, like people can feel how they feel about OJ, but that particular situation, matter of fact, you can't even find that tape. I remember when that tape first came out, it was all over the internet when, you hear OJ's like, hey, motherfucker, you got my stuff and all that. And it's like, hey, OJ, I thought you were cool. No, you ain't cool, motherfucker. You still trying to, you can't even find that tape no more. But when it first hit, I want to say, matter of fact, that's how TMZ got famous. That's when they first came into effect from that OJ tape. But they don't even tell you about that.
That dude that set it up, like, oh, he's here. He's the one that sold it to him. Yeah. Because he says it's like, oh, I sold it to him.
Mm-hmm. I got a deeper one than that. I'm just going to touch on it a little bit. I don't know how many of y'all remember. Remember when when the thing happened with Haiti and something was wrong with the president and things like that. Remember who was gonna get appointed to be the president? Let me see who knows this, who remembers this, because I could touch on this particular one, because it kind of makes sense on a lot of things why my channel is discriminated against. But who was going to be the president of Haiti? Do y'all remember? Let's see who could throw it up in the comments. Shah, do you remember? Do you know, Jaden? Who are they gonna appoint as the president of Haiti? Who from America, or not so much from America, that done flourished in America? Who was gonna be appointed the president of Haiti? Wyclef Jean. He was going to be appointed. They were going to appoint him.
Okay.
But I got something. I won't say I got something, but yeah, I peeped something that a lot of people, it was only me and this other person, and the other person is no longer here that peeped this. Maroy peeped this. I peeped it. He was going to be president till they said, mysteriously they said, well, he can't qualify to be president. You know why that was? It's because Wyclef appeared in one of Maroy's DVDs, and they didn't like that. Mm-hmm. They knew if that had hit the air and they had found that out, if the mass public would have found that out, this is before social media was really moving like that. If they had found that out, they'd have been like, oh, you're trying to appoint him, but he was in one of these DVDs. It would have been controversy. So they hurried up and said, "Oh no, he just can't. He can't. He can't. He's not. He doesn't qualify." But you didn't say why he didn't qualify. No, he didn't qualify because he appeared in one of his brother's DVDs, and that y'all got a campaign against brothers that's moving a certain way that appeared in that brother's DVDs. That's the reason why. That's one thing they didn't peep. Okay, you said I'm gonna lay it down. Yo, much love, my brother. Keep up on the truth and love brothers. Most definitely, most definitely. You stay up as well. Yeah, Shad. That's what happened. That's the reason. They didn't know that he appeared in one of Maroy's DVDs. That's why he didn't get appointed to be president. Because if that didn't come out, because matter of fact, I remember Roy said, "Hey, I'm about to send the video to TMZ and they must have seen it." And I said, "Oh, wait a minute, we can't do this now because he appears in this and this hit the airwaves. Them DVDs is all over the place. We can't even stop this. So we got to find somebody else. We got to find another crash test dummy to do that." So, matter of fact, like I said, thank you for the thumbs up. Hey, if you ain't like this particular live stream, hopefully you like it. Hopefully you hit the thumbs up. Hopefully if you're in the replay and you're catching this on the replay, you hit the thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm glad that, all that has chimed in on this particular topic because it's such a more broader point. I mean, like I said, I feel sorry for, that brother's kids, that brother's woman, that he's not going home tonight to be with and things. Now they got to make all other kind of plans and arrangements, and this brother got to have probably an autopsy because he got killed and things like that. This is a real bad thing, man. But to me, all the little things that goes on within the inner city, your own families, you got to take a more broader scope at what's going on. Like, man, do I really need to trip on this person? Do I need to really buy into, all these things they're putting up in the media to get, my energy going and hyped up about certain things? Do I really need to do that? Or should I really research? Like, now, why is this? Why is this? Keep the inquisitive mindset. Like what was the football player? Yeah, keep the intensity. Michael Irvin. When them the reporters was all up on him and trying to talk real bad to him, and he was coming to the court in full length minks and like, yeah, why are you wearing the mink? Cause I can. Keep the intensity. You want to ask me these questions. Ask me these questions when I'm in the full length mink and I'm proven to be innocent. Ask me that now.
He was innocent.
Right. Yeah, people are scared to fist fight. Yeah, they are. But I mean, there's a lot of people that be getting wrapped. I mean, yeah, I understand it's, the coward's way. I got my pistol on me. But I mean, if you're a real, true person of who you say you are or whatever, you do fight with your fists. You don't have to get so many people on another person. If you feel that strongly about whatever you feel that strongly about, yeah, call them to the circle. Come on. My partner hold this and your partner hold that, whatever. If I get defeated, that means I took my L with I needed to take that L.
Right, that's what happens. Yeah. Some people don't know that too, Reed, because they don't know, like, if you take the L, that L you took was for a reason. It was probably like to
wake your ass up like that. Maybe you need to have been running your mouth like how you were running.
Maybe I shouldn't have been running like that because I just took an L.
Right.
Like sometimes some people got whatever, but Sean, man, they ain't nothing but these youngsters out here, man. And it's some older people.
Yeah, some old heads that's on that too.
There's on that, but which they shouldn't be, but
But like I said, don't buy into the spin because it's coming. The spin is coming.
It's coming out. Well, not even a couple as far as the TMZ and all that. That's coming tomorrow.
Right, you win some, you lose some. Fuck it. And just like, hey, everybody, if you haven't seen Minister Society, Charles Dunn says that you win some, you lose some, but you no, that was Friday.
John Witherspoon.
Yeah, he said you win some, you lose some, but you get to fight another day.
Right.
And that's the truth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, turn off TVs, computers, less use of phones, and start reading and open your eyes. Most definitely. Open your eyes and peep how people move. Peep the movements. Don't peep how, when you're talking to them and interacting, watch how they move without anybody interacting with them. That's how you really can tell how someone's moving, when it's non-prompted or anything like that,
Right. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, if you just watch how a person move, like like you just said, I was just piggyback what you just said, Reed. Because you can just sit back and be like, and some people don't know out here that I have to be like that because in the work field that I
Yeah,
do,
the industry you do.
yeah, the industry that I'm in,
Yeah.
I'm a bouncer, so I gotta see how people be. I can kind of peep them, just like, okay, this look like this right here. I know how to kind of weed out, like, okay, this look like this, or you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is. Some people get them traits to this, some people don't. But
Right, this little dude's a little hothead.
yeah,
This little dude seems like he's extra too groping on the women or something like that. We can't be having that in here. He's overly drunk right now, and he's trying to get more drinks at the bar. I got to bounce him up out of here.
you know what? And I told you that story. These two younger dudes came in there about a week ago or something. And I know they both dreadlocks, and I know them youngsters, younger guys, early 20s, that were wearing the tight jeans.
Right.
But both of these dudes' pants were just hanging. And I just looked at them and I said, hey man, if y'all want to come in here, man, can y'all do me this favor? They said, what's up? I said, man, can y'all just pull your pants up, man? Dude said, I ain't got no belt, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. So I said, man, can y'all do that for me, man? And as I said, it's me being,
Yeah, I'm coming at you respectful.
but the key is they didn't come this way with me. They happened to take a peek in there, and the little dude said, "This ain't for real niggas." One of the dudes. So I looked at him and I said, "Hold up, man, what?" So he said, "Man, this ain't for real niggas." So I said, "Hey, for real niggas." I said, "Man, what y'all talking about though, man?"
Right.
So they looked at me. They said, "Nah, big homie, we ain't saying nothing about you. We're just saying this ain't for real niggas." But what it was is that as soon as I said that, pull up your pants, they went the other way. Now that could have been something. They could have went in there. Now I'm not saying everybody, but they could have went in there just by me saying that, and they took offense to that. That's why I knew if they would have went in there.
Yeah, it might have been a uglier situation because they've been acting a certain way. So essentially, they revealed their hand with that small statement.
Basically, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Because most, you know what I'm saying, a dude that you see elder, or like you said, all right, done, big homie, it ain't. It's just like, man, respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could have just pulled your pants up, tucked them, and just went in there.
Right.
Y'all could have went in there and probably came up on something, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Y'all chose the latter. So, I mean.
So tell me this, from the little tidbits that done came out with this situation, they said, yeah, it was broad daylight. They said, yeah, he was just recently taking pictures with him. How do you think that transpired? I mean, if everything was going copacetic beforehand, and yeah, they said he sent the tweet out saying what he said about his enemies or whatever, you know. I mean, I'm not for sure. I mean, I did see something saying they caught the person that did the shooting and all this stuff, but I'm still thinking they haven't. If anybody knows, if anybody's seen any reports saying that they actually did catch the person that did the shooting, throw it up in the chat room. But you know, that's what makes it more, salacious. Oh, it was in broad daylight. It was all kind of people out there, and like I said, 3 people got it. This makes a salacious story so they could have enough to run with this. Oh, and then it was gang retaliation and all this kind of stuff versus the things we covered earlier within this particular live stream. With him, about to put out the documentary, with him about to basically take ownership of the whole complex, not just the one little store that he had in there, the whole complex. That's big things for, a person that they say, oh, this is just a little rapper gang member or something like that. No, it's bigger than that. Okay, Shah said, I'm out. Brothers have to glide. Have a good night. I gotta work in the AM. Okay, Shad.
All right.
Peace them up. Neptune, you're on point when it comes to them chemtrails. Here in Chicago, the summers wherever they spray the chemtrails, in about 2 days, that's when the shootings and killings kick off. Most definitely, and you know, Prince spoke on that on what is that?
Is that Larry King?
Not Larry King. The one brother from PBS. He used to be on BT. Tavis Smiley. He spoke on that with Tavis Smiley. But yeah, Dick Gregory put him on to it. Basically, when he said, when I was a kid, I remember all these lines were flying in the sky and stuff like that. And then afterwards, you know, people would be fighting and things like that. Well, I look at it like this. You could even people it like this. It'll be a sunny day. And then you start seeing all them planes flying. The next day, it's overcast. The next day, you may see it start to break up, and it's not puffy clouds that look like cotton. When I was coming up, I remember that's how clouds really look. They look like cotton in the air. Now it looks like it's a bunch of soupy ass chemicals in the sky and shit. You know? It's like look in the sky. Look in the sky, and especially when they be like, you think about when like you go to grocery store, you go to CVS or any of these pharmaceutical companies where they talk about drug dealers on the corner. Whatever, they got the drugstores damn near on every corner in the hood, Walgreens or First Aid or Rite Aid and all these kind of things. They selling dope all throughout the community. Prescription drugs that's hooking people. Matter of fact, they got a problem with Oxycontin now and all that kind of stuff. People really dying off of that. Yep. Now it's an issue when certain people die, but when it was other people getting harmed for certain things, it's that just seems normal. When one's proactively plans to awaken the masses with substance, those of corrupt control will put forth a pernicious plot. Most definitely they will, we done seen it so many times, it's like it's various leaders that were touted and they were eliminated once they started going against going against the script. Essentially, that's basically what it is. Once you go against the script, they may be working with the people for a while, but then they be like, no, I don't want to do my people like this. And that's when these ill things happen to them. But that's when this is a learning lesson. This is the most time you learn. I mean, when, like I heard someone say before, when a person's giving you your praise and your good job, that ain't when you learn something. You learn something when it's the most fucked up of a situation. Like, man, where did I go wrong? Because that gets you to seeing things versus when everything's going sweet. You're not really paying attention to, most people. It is some people that still pay attention when things is going sweet. But most people, that's when people are blinded in a fog. It's like, I'm living lav. I got all this money and, everything is good and all this. And, I used to live bad, but I ain't there now. And, no, you got to kind of be like this on soldier mode all the time, even in the good times. Okay, Neptune mofos heads be up in the phones. That's why they don't peep it. Most definitely, and that's a lot of I see it all the time. People riding, leaning lanes, looking in their phone. People walking across the street, damn near getting tore off by cars, looking in their phone. It's really like, we're cyborgs because every now and then we do it. I don't seen construction people on construction sites looking at phones when they need to be operating, certain things, guiding beams into buildings and things like that, or different law enforcement in a police car looking at their phones and things. It got everybody. I done seen doctors damn near writing prescriptions and they get a message and be typing in their phone while they're halfway writing the prescription. So I mean, it's a real serious thing that's going on. famous text that they say it was a government hit, too precise with shots. Yeah, I believe that because I want to say, it'll probably come out, but from that photo, it looked like he got a headshot. You know, and everybody knows you get one of them. If you make it through, you're gonna be kind of messed up afterwards. So, but most of all the time, if you get a headshot, it's a rapper. And the pun, I don't mean to intend that pun when I say it's a rapper. It's just, you know,
Right.
it doesn't look good.
If you make it through it, you're just not gonna be the
Right.
person. I mean, not the same person, but
But like I said, hopefully the documentary is, in completion, and his people put it out
right.
to the best of their ability of being able to put it out, or hopefully, someone is able to still pick it up and put it out. But since he could have been having controlling interest in that, that might be in limbo now. Who knows
True.
about that now, if that will ever come to light. But just like they try to say, oh well, Dr. C stuff, it ended up hurting people. Well, they said it ended up hurting people after he died. They changed the formula and didn't let the family get no control of it. So they try to, sully his name. Like, oh no, you don't. This is snake oil stuff he's selling. No, he was curing people, and they didn't like that when he wouldn't sell the basically how he wanted his him to go about doing this when he wouldn't sell to certain entities or whatever. That's when the issues came. Just like, I forget the brother's name, but you could type in water car. Type in on a search engine. Type it here on YouTube. Water car is a guy that made a car that ran off of water. Water, no gasoline, water. And these investors came to him like, hey, we want to buy that. And he's like, I don't want to sell it. With him not wanting to sell it, he went out to eat dinner with these people. I guess they were trying to convince him again. They said he ran out the restaurant, said they poisoned me. And when he ran out, he died. He died. So that lets you know the powers that be that are behind these people is way bigger than, it's like, hey, we're giving you an offer. Are you going to take it? If you don't take it, we're not saying, but something's going to happen. And essentially, that's what happened to that dude. You imagine if we could get all these cars running on water, that eliminate have to go to gas station and all that. That eliminate pollution in the air and all that. But they don't want any of that. They want this perpetual will of people, going broke some kind of way, or constantly have to pay. When you have to spend anything, it's like debt. You think about it, when you get those banknotes that ain't backed by no gold like it used to be, it's debt. The note is debt. You're spending debt. You got to have this debt. So it's like you're a debt slave. You see a lot of different channels throw, oh, look, I got all these different banknotes. You got all these different bank debts when you're flashing all this money. It's like, yeah, money's cool, but don't sell your soul for it. Money's cool, but don't sell. As a matter of fact, who said that? B Love, that mess with Mac Dre. I seen him say that on one of his posts. He's like, money's cool, but don't sell your soul for it. It's time to let the dead bury the dead and be more aware and stop putting our pearls amongst swine. Words of Jesus. We the chosen, we got to be careful. He said, damn, Nip is gone. Yes, most definitely. We gotta be a lot more mindful. But like I said, we gotta pay attention to what is said and what we basically, we all know when something's leading towards drama. If you operate on any type of social media platforms, you see a certain topic and they'll start running with it, and people start adding their comedy to it and laughing about it. Like, no, I mean, why do I need to be hearing about this? That's the first thing that comes in my mind. I'm like, why do I need to hear about the drama aspect of this? You know, if anything, let's get to the core of the issue. Like I was saying in order that you said you don't listen to a little bit, and if hopefully y'all done heard order when the thing they were prompting, Bill Cosby, and then that Cardi B issue about her drugging someone and all this kind of stuff.
I forgot. Yeah,
and her she shouldn't be excoriated for doing what she did because she was trying to. I don't want to hear any of that. You basically trying to say that it's okay on one side and bad on the other side when the other side didn't have no evidence, physical evidence to prove why this person should be in prison. I don't want to hear any of that. It's like pitting one against the other. No, who's at the core of this that's trying to get all this going? That's what I want to know. Why do we need to play this game of drama? Why do we need to stir up energy in this particular way? What is what are they trying to distract you from? That's what you should see it as. Like, man, they try. That's just think about it. Don't think about it. Okay, we have those terms there. But say you got someone in your family or your loved one or your girl or your man or whatever, and they done did something fucked up. But they're throwing up all this other stuff. Oh, what you call it? No, I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear about that shit what you was doing. Right. You trying to throw me off? No, what's up with that? Don't tell me about this other shit. You trying to divert me getting down to the core of the issue I have with you. Right. Not none of this other frivolous ass shit. But yeah, if anything, this just builds awareness. Hopefully people take heed. And matter of fact, like I said, hey, if you ain't liked this particular live stream, like it. Hey, I appreciate the ones that have came in and liked it. I'm quite sure it's gonna be some people that put the thumbs down because they were saying stuff trying to throw us off the course of what we're covering within this particular live stream. And essentially replay because it's gonna be a lot of people like, man, Rick, I didn't get the notification that you had a live going and things, and hopefully catch you on the replay. But we ain't gone yet. I've just I had to voice that particular part. And like I said, if anybody that's out there, you can still call in. I didn't put it in the description that you could call in because you see the topic. This is something that just happened earlier today, so you can call in. I take calls. Like I said, you throw your number up, I hit your line, and we could go from there, from whichever you want to talk about. You want to talk about the chemtrails, you want to talk about all these vaccinations. People should be getting vaccinations. Matter of fact, with the recent one they said that the kid was running a temperature and law enforcement kicked in their door off the hinges to take their kid because they figure, this kid needs to be vaccinized or whatever like that. I mean, we done got to that now. We really there now. So that lets you know how they moving now. They look at everybody, the common man, as collateral damage. Hey, we're doing whatever for the greater good. So essentially, you just in the way. We eliminate you. If you're impeding our money, your collateral damage essentially is what they're saying. You can see it through the actions, and no, it ain't how they paint it. It's a gang related. Think about this. A lot of people don't think about this. When Pac got killed, what did they say? Gang related. But what movie came out in '97? Gang related. Now come on, and that mirrored what? Portions of his life. A lot of people don't think about it like that. The gun was took from the police storage room. Well, when he got into that police shootout, when those cops were drunk and messing with that brother, he was shooting it out with the police. He didn't get no time for that because why? The gun that they were shooting at Pac with was stolen from the police lockup, which they used in the movie. If people pay attention to that. But a lot of people don't pay attention. Matter of fact, you go watch Gang Related. Watch that. And then you watch Pac. You type in Pac gets in a shootout with police. It's mirroring what happened in real life. But, they don't want people to dig that deep on that one or to think about that. They just want you to think about, it was gang related and it only could have been this one person. This one person said they did. Man, come on. They saying they did it to get lesser time.
Right.
I don't want to hear about this person said this. Of course they're gonna say that. Just when I got the what is that DVD I let you where it breaks down the deeper meaning of what happened with Pac and things
The
like that.
assassination.
Yeah, when the cow was like, oh, we didn't have what was the
Oh yeah, it was that one. He said they didn't have
Nextel phones back then. I'm like, man, you got money, you can have whatever you want to have.
anything you want.
They had the technology, they had it just like when people was like, oh, Pac's still alive because he got the one shoes on right
Yeah,
now.
those one Grand Hills, but like I tell Reed, I said, man, you got money, you can go get anything. If I had hella money, rich, I can get some exclusive stuff to be like, wait a minute, you got those?
Like, yeah, it's not available to the public,
right,
but my money's so long, I can make it happen right now.
You're right.
But see, people don't think, they just think in common mind sense, like, oh, well, if I couldn't get it, they couldn't get it. No, they're
Right.
operating in a different realm where anything is possible because they got this money and connections. Really more connections more than money.
Right. Well, like I said, he said working connections, working.
Yeah, it is. It's about connections. Because think about it like this: Gaddafi had all the money and wealth in the world. He had natural resources, and that didn't mean nothing when they wanted them. They got him. They had insurgents get him. They killed him on film. They showed it on regular TV. Usually, when someone's getting tortured and all that, they don't show none of that. No, they showed that on regular TV. Then they showed Hillary Clinton. That's when I knew. When I seen Hillary Clinton say what she said, that made me at that moment think like, no, they ain't cool. Whoever's on the other side ain't cool. When she's like, we came, we saw, and he died, and then she laughed. No, you're glorifying death. No matter what the person did, you're glorifying death. You're glorifying someone getting killed and murdered on tape, where the whole world could see. No. Been on 86 minutes and counting. Like I said, anybody got any other comments? Throw them up. If you want your number to be hit and us calling you, throw your number. We'll call you. If not, we'll end this. We've been on kind of quite a while, and we done touched on a various amount of topics. Even though this goes out to Nipsey Hussle's family and everything, and hopefully people get a wider perspective on what's going on. Yeah, black folks still vote. Most definitely they still, because they still stuck in a trance. They see their favorite rap artists, supporting, her and things like that, Like, I look at it like this. If voting worked, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, if it worked.
If it worked. But it doesn't work. It doesn't matter who's in the office. Like I said, the best way to look at it is think about it like this. You're innocent. Okay, you're innocent. Who's going to benefit you? A Democratic prosecutor or a Republican prosecutor? Who's going to be more beneficial towards you? They're both trying to put you away, even if you're innocent. So that's how I look at it when it comes to the presidential race. It doesn't matter. I guess, I'll just say like this. I'm glad that y'all commented. I'm glad that you liked this particular live stream. Hey, they must have fixed something because, there's been a lot more people able to, I guess, receive the live stream notification. Maybe because, this is such a new topic on this certain thing that done happen. But I'm glad the people that done chimed in, you done found the channel. If you ain't spoke in any of the lives before, hey, I'm glad that you done said and voiced your opinion. Hey, like I said, you're in here right now, keep hitting the like button. Hopefully that helps the notifications going out for future live streams that I do conduct. Like I said, I might give it maybe 2 more minutes. Throw your number up. I'll give you a call. If not, we'll end this particular live stream. And, hopefully people can see through the smoke screen they've been forever feeding us.
And that movie ATL, y'all know the movie ATL with T.I. in there.
Right.
Now, that girl's,
Laura London?
Yeah, Laura London's dad,
Yeah.
The guy that was playing her dad in there, he tells the dude, one of T.I.'s friends, that he needed a letter, a recommendation to go to this college.
Right.
And and ever since when that movie came out, whatever, 18 years ago, over 10 years ago, I've been looking at that part when the dude said her dad told that boy, they told that dude, he's like, in life, you got to know some things. He's like, it's always not what you know, it's who you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing from there always stuck with me because when I used to tell people about that in the movie, when it came out, I was like, y'all don't see what dude just said in there? And they'd be like, nah, I'm watching, they're watching it for other reasons.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this man just told that boy, man, that applies. Even though I was like, that applies. And that movie was over 10, almost 13 years, because that was 06. Yeah, so
right.
And even then, I used to be like, dang, man. He always says, always what you, it's like who you know. And basically, Piggy, what you said before, a little while ago, Reed, that like you just said, it ain't something about the money, it's about the connections. Like you said,
right.
That's a connection. I got to know this person.
Right, to get hooked up. Because think about it like this, even in your profession. Okay, say, I got money, I should be able to get in. No. But if it was like, yeah, I know the owner, then now, yeah, he could get in because he knows the owner. That supersedes, anything else.
Because that's what happens, yeah, because they're like, I know, yeah, like you just said, I know the owner. I know whoever. Like, oh, okay, well.
Right.
So then it's all a blessing to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, when I used to go to clubs, and if it was like a new security, where I went in there just to kick it, they'd be like, oh, man, you got to go through there. And I'm like, no, I know who run the place.
Right.
Can you go get him? And they'd be like, oh. And then they go get him, and they be like, "Yeah, he's good." Like,
right.
Don't act like
right.
He know us.
So right. Like, versus the little cocky motherfucker. Hey, I can have your salary and have your head and at this job. And like, no, you're not getting in, and fuck you too. Right. Bye-bye.
But see, when I run across those types, I get on this place, and I'll be looking like, they're like, I should be getting in. And I'll be like, you know what? Who are you going to buy it from? Because you got to buy it from the owner. Do you know who the owner is? Do you know his name? Well, I can just, I'm like, no. In order for you to buy this, you got to sit down and have a meeting with the owner.
Yeah, a true sit down, a true powwow, a true something.
Right, you just can't.
But, the way you're coming, we already smell you're full of shit. So, right. Go handle it.
And you can go to the owner like, man, some dude like, oh, hell no.
Right.
And if you're real tight with the owner, you could, you're working there with him like, yeah, man, that dude. No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's been good. I'm glad y'all chimed in. Like I said, I appreciate it. Hopefully I done made some new people that hopefully come chime in on other topics and interviews and things that, I do conduct on Kudakan. I mean, I don't like to, I grabbed a whole bunch of, new people from, this particular topic. It's just the topic, the issues. This is what people need to seek further into. Not just, we listen to Reed, we listen to Fama, we heard what they said, and, we're just buying totally into it and leave it at that. No, I just want you to seek out further information. Mm-hmm. Seek out, they don't spoke on this. Let me go seek that. Let me replay this in the replay and see what I need to, sharpen my skills on, Don't take my word for it. Go do the research. Well, matter of fact, who used to say that in Reading Rainbow? LeVar Burton. He's like, well, don't take my word for it. You basically go read a book. Go read the book. Yeah, don't take my word for it. Go read the book.
You sure did.
That's what it is. Go seek the information. Don't read you can read a book too, but go seek the information for yourself. I may be putting you up on it. Don't just leave it there. Go seek it for yourself and then tell somebody else. Put them up on something. We up out of here. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We out.
All right.